India, a star performer on the global stage, is recording an impressive growth rate, making it one of the fastest-growing major economies worldwide. The International Monetary Fund's annual Article 4 consultation with India, released recently, affirms this robust growth trajectory. India's economic prowess is not just domestic, it's leaving an impact globally too. The IMF projects India's contribution to global growth to exceed a whopping 16%. Nada Choueiri, representing the mission of India at the IMF, further emphasizes this point. She states, India has been growing at a very robust rate. It's one of the star performers when it comes to real growth when you look at peer countries. It's one of the fastest growing large emerging markets, and it's contributing, in our current projections, more than 16% of global growth this year. The IMF not only recognizes but applauds India's economic performance, declaring it a major contributor to global growth. Two pivotal sectors are driving India's robust growth: digitization and infrastructure. The government's vigorous investment in these areas is laying a solid foundation for a prosperous future. Infrastructure and logistics are not just about roads and bridges. They are the arteries of the economy, pumping life into every corner of the nation. By focusing on these sectors, India is creating a resilient environment for businesses to thrive, for employment to grow, and for the economy to flourish. Now, let's talk about digitization. In the 21st century, digitization is no longer an option. It's a necessity. India has embraced this reality, harnessing the power of technology to propel its growth story. From digital payments to e-governance, the country is leveraging digital technology to streamline processes, improve efficiency, and foster innovation. But it's not just about technology and infrastructure. India's sizable and youthful population is another key driver of its growth. With a median age of just 28, India is a nation brimming with potential. This demographic dividend could translate into even stronger growth rates if harnessed effectively through structural reforms. The International Monetary Fund recognizes this potential and has made several recommendations to capitalize on it. These include focusing on replenishing fiscal buffers, ensuring price stability, maintaining financial stability, and promoting inclusive growth. By aligning macroeconomic policies with these recommendations, India could further elevate its growth potential, particularly by leveraging its abundant labor and human capital. With a strong push in digitization and infrastructure, India is well on its path to maintaining its robust growth. The journey ahead is filled with opportunities, and India is poised to seize them, driving not just its own growth, but contributing significantly to global growth as well. India's economic rebound from the pandemic has positioned it as a key driver of global growth. This isn't just a statement, but a testament to India's resilience and economic prowess. The year 2023 is particularly significant in this context, as India assumes the G20 presidency, further highlighting its pivotal role on the global front. This position presents an opportunity for India to advance multilateral policy priorities globally. The world watches with bated breath as India's upcoming general elections in April 2024 approach. Interestingly, the International Monetary Fund notes that India's macroeconomic policies have shown alignment with past IMF advice to some extent. This alignment, however, is just a part of the picture. The IMF, in its annual report, underscores the need for comprehensive reforms. These reforms, if implemented, could further propel India's growth potential, especially by leveraging additional labor and human capital. In particular, the IMF emphasizes the importance of labor reform in India. The country, with its abundant labor resources, can maximize its potential through concerted efforts in education, skilling, and increasing female labor force participation. While the IMF applauds India's growth story, it also cautions against complacency. India, like any other nation, faces external challenges. Risks from global fragmentation and medium-term risks from climate change are real and need effective management. As Nada Choueiri, representing the mission of India at the IMF, puts it, these risks must be managed effectively while acknowledging India's substantial potential for growth. Despite potential challenges, with prudent macroeconomic policies and comprehensive reforms, India's growth story continues to inspire, making it a star performer in the eyes of the IMF. This narrative isn't just about India's growth, but also about the country's potential to contribute significantly to global economic prosperity.